Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you have bad credit or you're new to the credit card game, I'm going to show you some of the easiest, almost guaranteed credit cards you should be able to get that are unsecured. Okay, these are unsecured, so that means you're not putting any money up front. All right, now the first credit card we're talking about is the Patel. All right, so here you see that they have Patel 1 and they have the Patel Rise. Now, here's the thing about it, the difference between these here cards. If you have real bad credit and you don't qualify for the Patel 1 card, they'll actually offer you the Patel Rise. Now, the Patel 1 card goes from 300 up to 5,000, where the Patel Rise card goes from 300 up to 3,500. Plus, it has an annual fee. All right, but you should be able to apply for this card with no hard pull on the credit. Okay, it's probably one of the easier unsecured credit cards in the market. All right, so for those of you again that have bad credit, or you're rebuilding your credit and you're skeptical in reference to what banks you should go to, I think this would probably be one of the easiest credit cards. Navy Federal, okay? Navy Federal has added a new credit card, all right? So they have the cash rewards credit card. Now, here's the thing about it with Navy Federal. Of course, you actually have to become a member in order to join. However, I always tell you when it comes to Navy Federal, they're more focused on your relationship with them. Okay, so it doesn't matter that you have bad credit. Okay, and what I mean by that, you can have a 550 credit score and they'll still give you a $5,000 credit card. Okay, but it's all about the relationship, how many accounts, all right? So your internal score is what really matters to them. And that your internal score goes from 100 up to 450. But in order to get that internal score, you actually have to have multiple accounts, all right? So if you're able to do direct deposit, that gives you points. If you're able to open up a checking account, I always tell you guys to focus on the flagship checking account. Then open up a savings account. Then, especially when you have bad credit, you want to go after the N rewards. Now, here's the interesting thing about the N rewards card. The N rewards, you put $200 down. After 6 months, it should convert over to the cash rewards card. Okay. Now, here's the challenge with that. With a lot of people, they may have too high of a utilization. They may have missed a payment. Okay. So when you miss a payment, then your cycle starts over. That 6 months starts over. All right. So that's the reason why some people say, well, how come my end rewards have never converted? The reason is, again, you may have made a late payment. Your utilization may have been high too many times. I always tell people when you're going after these type of cards, make sure that your utilization, if possible, can stay under 10%. All right. Not only is that going to help you qualify for a higher limit, but also it also gives your credit score a bigger boost. Okay. So it'll give your credit score a bigger boost as well. But that being said, so with the cash rewards, when it converts, it goes from 200 and converts over to 2,000, right? But with the new Navy Federal Cash Rewards Plus, it starts at 5,000. So anybody that has the cash rewards, the regular cash rewards, they should have got a notice in the mail. Put a comment if you did that converted your regular cash rewards over to your cash rewards plus. Again, that card, the cash reward plus, goes up at 5,000, and I'll show you so you can understand what I mean. It says here to get approved. If you're approved for a credit limit of 5,000 or more, you'll receive a cash rewards plus card. If less, you'll get the cash rewards card. Okay, so that's what I mean about this here card is a game changer. So it has nothing to do with the credit score. It's all about the relationship when it comes to Navy Federal. Now, another thing with the internal score with Navy Federal is having a pledge loan. So your pledge loan usually starts about $250, right? But here's the thing about it, just keep in mind the pledge loan has nothing to do with your personal loan. The pledge loan is only good to help you with the credit cards. Now, with Navy Federal, they do pull TransUnion FICO 9. So, what does that mean? That you can have authorized users on the file, you can have subscriptions. Like Netflix and things of that nature. You can have rental payments on the file. Okay, you can have utility bills on the file. So when you have those things on the file, it actually enhances the credit score. So that's the reason you're able to get qualified for this card, because they calculate those other things. All right. So this is the card that you'll be focusing on when you join. Now, your next credit card is the Credit.ai card. All right. Now, here's the thing about it with the Credit.ai. This is almost a guarantee. And here's what I mean. If you have an active checking account with deposits, what they do, they will verify that you have regular deposits and stuff. Then they'll give you a credit line of 1,500. Now, with the Credit.ai card, they report to Experian and Equifax. Okay, so that's very important for you guys to remember. But it is used like a regular credit card. So you can use this, say that you trying to rent a car, or you trying to book a plane or something like that, and you need a credit card and stuff. This is one of the easier credit cards to get as well. All right. Now, the next one is the extra debit card. Now, here's the thing about it with this extra debit card. You do it on your phone, then they'll send you out the card. They verify that you have income deposited in your active bank account. That's the main key here for these cards, making sure you have an active bank account with deposits and stuff. You don't have to put any money down on these here credit cards and stuff, but you do have to have activity going into your checking account. Okay, so if you're on welfare, disability, but that checking account is active, you can qualify for these type of cards. All right, so don't be afraid to apply for these cards. The extra cards, you do have to do it off of your phone. Long as you're utilizing the card, making your payments and stuff, this information, the transactions and stuff, that's what's going to be reported to the credit bureaus. All right, so that's what helps build up the credit file. Now, here's some other unsecured cards. Now, the thing about it with the other cards that I'm introducing you to is that with these here kind of cards, they kind of charge a high fee, but they are unsecured, right? Even if you've recently filed a bankruptcy, okay, or just getting out of a bankruptcy, you still may qualify for these type of cards, okay? So this is the FIT card, all right? And you can see here its initial starting limit is $400. Now, I know for some of you all, you don't think that's a lot, but hey, when you broken down on the side of the road and you got a flat tire and you need money and you can't call a family or friend, hey, this card will save you, right? You know, or you need money and money to buy food, or you need to pay for transportation or something like that. Don't disregard these cards. Yes, the fees is high, but at the same time, this card will save you when you actually need it, right? And so this is the card I would check out. Then you have the Surge Platinum card. Now, again, with the Surge Platinum card, this card goes from 300 up to 1,000. Now, the interesting thing about this Surge Platinum card, you make on-time payments of for 6 months, then they double the limit on it. Okay, so if you get a qualify for $1,000 and you make on-time payments over 6 months, this should double up to $2,000. Okay, so again, yes, the annual fees on here is high, but at the same time, these are the type of accounts when you're brand new to credit and you're just starting out or you're rebuilding credit, these are the type of credit cards you want to actually take a look at. All right. Now, you also have the Reflex. Okay. Now, with the Reflex card, also, as you can see, it's 300 up to 1,000. And just as the other card we just talked about, this here credit card, after 6 months, it should double on you. All right. Now, the key thing is don't miss any payments. Okay. And if you can keep your utilization, I know a lot of people say 30%, but if you can keep your utilization under 10%, and I'll tell you a secret, do this here. All right. When your statement date come in, if you pay your credit card off 2 to 3 days before your statement date, then you're going to see your credit score shoot up, right? You'll see extra points on your credit score. But at the same time, to give you the best leverage, if you can't pay the credit card all the way off, then make sure if you can keep it under 10%. 30% if you're stressing or whatever, but 10%. And these type of cards, yes, you can set this card up with plastic, so you may need to make a rent payment, or pay a utility bill or something like that. This is the type of card you want, especially when you're trying to rebuild your credit. This is something that can help you. And I'll have the links below. Now, here's another card. This is through BCU, Baxter Credit Union. And the reason I like this here card, it is a secured card, by the way. All right. But in terms of the amount of money you have to put down to secure this card with, as you can see, it's only $150. Where would you get that $150 from to put down? Well, you may have a family member that has a Home Depot card, right? And so what you can ask that family member, if they can use their Home Depot card, they would go to Home Depot and they would buy a few toiletries and grab a couple Visa gift cards, okay? And then what they could do is put those Visa gift cards on a Cash App or Venmo and send you that $150. Then you can use that $150 and put down on this secured card, right? So that's something that you can do to help get that $150. Now, I'll tell you another thing, guys, and I continue to tell. If you are working a job, what you need to do and you're struggling financially, make sure that you go to your HR and you request to file exempt for 3 to 4 months. All right. Now, there's only two things that will stop you from qualifying from your exemption. Either you currently owe taxes or you're not going to be receiving a tax refund. Those are the only two things that will stop you from filing exempt. All right. So there's also one other thing that you can do. Just one moment. Okay, guys. Here's the other thing that you can do. If you're struggling for money, you can always go to unclaimed.org, okay? And you can search to see if your state owes you any money. Or if you move to another state, you can search that state as well. Now, the reason you want to do this is because it's a lot of people out here that have money from the state. The state may have taken legal action against the company that you bought a product from, and you never claimed your portion of it. So the money is there, right? And it doesn't hurt you. It's a free service. A lot of people are trying to charge people to use this service, but it's actually a free service. It's a free database. And you can actually use this database, put your information in it, put a family information in it, their address and stuff like that. That's the reason I say it. It's free. All right, 100% free. And you put your information in here. And then when you put your information, it'll tell you if you have any money out there that you can actually claim as well. All right. So I'm always trying to find resources to help our community. If this video is helpful to you, put a comment, let me know. Now, here's one other. Now, this is the Chase Freedom Rise card, okay? Now, here's the key to this. This card does help you rebuild your credit, but here's the key. you have to have an active checking account with Chase. So if you are a beginner building out your credit and stuff, you do have to have an active checking account. Usually they want you to be active with them for at least 6 months, okay, before you actually get this here card. All right. So if you don't have no credit, but you've been with Chase for at least 6 months, this is the credit card they more likely will start you out with. All right. Now, I hope this information is helpful to you all. If you have any other questions, you can click the link in the description, and I'll put some of the links for some of these cards in the description as well. I'll see you in the next video.